So as you know, we help people apply to law school, business school, and policy school. And the GRE recently started getting accepted by more and more business schools. And then we started to see a few and then a growing list of law schools accepting the GRE. I'd love to hear about what you think about that, Steve, and also just any advice or insights you have about people, deciding to choose between the LSAT or the GRE or both.
Yeah, sure. Well, first I'll get my personal biases out of the way. I think the LSAT is a much better exam than the GRE is. The LSAT has a strong demonstrated correlation with first-year law school grades, which also then correlate with bar passage rates. The GRE doesn't have the same evidence supporting its usage for law school specifically. But that aside, of course, we want to look at the applicants and what is best for them, right? So let's say you cannot do the LSAT for the life of you. You can't crack 150, but you could do a lot better on the GRE. Then I would say do not even take an official LSAT, because once you have that LSAT score on your record, then law schools will have to submit that score to the American Bar Association, which then gets factored into the US News ranking. So let's say you took an official LSAT and got like a 145. You then say, you know what? The LSAT's not for me, I'll do the GRE. That's a mistake, because that 145 will still be considered by the law schools as your LSAT score. So you got to know beforehand if it's right for you or not.
And how do people know if it's right for them, Steve?
Well, they could study for a bit, see how it goes. After they've studied for a decent chunk of time, then take a diagnostic. And of course, it does take more than a few months. So if law school is really your focus, invest a few months, invest 3 or 4 months at least, and see if you're progressing. If you're not, then maybe consider the GRE. But otherwise, of course, the LSAT is the major consideration, the major game in town for law schools. I talked to a UCLA law dean of admissions yesterday, and he was saying that they've taken 5% of their applicants with GRE scores as like a rough ballpark. So 5% GRE, 95% LSAT.
Right.
And so it's also UCLA is like a top school. So I wonder if those folks might have done well on the LSAT anyway. For lower tier law schools, maybe it's a different story though. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.